In 1 John 4:16 we read, "We know how much God loves us, and we have put our trust in His love. God is love, and all who live in love live in God, and God lives in them." I was experiencing heaven one morning and was walking on Heart Dwellers Lane and looked down at the incredible pathway I was stepping on and had this overwhelming feeling of love and being very loved by God and by all the inhabitants of heaven. It was so powerful that I could hardly keep my feet on the ground. I was literally floating along in a euphoric state of genuine heartfelt emotion when Jesus said, "Do you know why, Elisabeth, you are feeling this sensation of great love?" "Because I am in heaven and in your presence, Lord, and you are love?" "Yes, that's true. But you are also walking on gold, which represents love, and was offered to me at my birth by the Magi." Oftentimes people relate to the gold that was presented to me as rare, valuable, and difficult to accumulate. It doesn't rust or corrode, and was used in the building of the temple and the Ark of the Covenant. It is a symbol of kings. Thus the Magi were proclaiming me as the ultimate King of Kings. More importantly was that the gold represented love. The gift was given with great reverent love for their God, and it also revealed our character, which is the embodiment of love. Here he is referring to R as the Trinity. The smoke of the incense was intended to fill the Holy of Holies and hide God who dwelt on the mercy seat between the cherubim, in order that the high priest might be there in the presence of God without dying. The incense was intended to save the high priest from death. When the Magi brought frankincense, they were proclaiming me to be their high priest, foreshadowing my role as both king and priest for the people. Frankincense also represented prayer, prayers that I and my church would offer up to my Father. The last gift of myrrh symbolized my suffering and death as the Messiah. When I was presented at the temple, Simeon prophesied over my mother and I that a sword will pierce her own heart as well. The church will experience suffering and persecution, even to the point of death. Gold declared me to be king, and the one who would rule with love over my people, and indeed the whole of creation, forever and ever. Frankincense announced that I would be your high priest, your advocate, and intervening on your behalf before my Father, offering prayers and intercession. Myrrh revealed that I, as your king and priest, would serve as the ultimate sacrifice in place of my people. There is no greater love than this. And that was the end of his message. The gifts of the Magi illuminated the different aspects of Christ's identity. It revealed God's character to us, along with an example of how we should live our lives. A life of love, prayer, and bearing patiently our sufferings and sacrifices. He is King. He is God. And in His marvelous grace, He died so that we might live. The Magi actively pursued Jesus. So too should we follow Christ without hesitation, letting Him be our guiding star.